we are talking about. As he said, the highest rated.
Money check, swagger check, drip check, cut the check. You know I say fly like a jet. I'm a triple threat. Watch me flex.
Hello, Chris.
Hey, Aman, what's up?
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Very good, and I think you may have scared off. Thought you scared him off entirely, actually.
I went into the stream. I was wondering what the delay was, but I was gonna Discord call him, but it seems Guppy did.
Yep, Guppy brought Spur, resurrected him.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Hello, Darkspur.
There we go. Sorry, I've been having computer problems.
Hey, what's up, Spur?
How are you, Chris?
Good. How are you?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let me close the stream and get into chess play. Or actually, never mind. I'll wait till the rules are.
Here we go. Darkspur, is your computer, is it going to be functional for match play here?
I mean, I hope so. Otherwise, I can't have any excuses here. So
You look like you're giving me employed energy right now. You're giving me stressed energy. I'm getting employed, stressed energy from you. It's emanating.
yeah.
Well, a nice match to take your mind off whatever it was on.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I'm pleased to inform you that you'll be playing this match at a 1-game handicap for being 15 minutes late.
Totally understandable.
So a single game, and we've also decided to apply your timeout as time served. So there will be no timeout as well. So that's the extent, and I feel like you're still in there with a shout. But it does mean that as the match goes on, Chris, you already have that 1 point. So you're keeping in mind, right, the 1 point handicap. It's going to be in play here. So what we'll have it be is we'll still have it be a 1st to 6, but we'll have it basically that Darkspur, you're kind of starting out at -1.
Okay.
Yeah. So rather than credit Kupp with a point, we'll deduct it from you. So Kupp is still. So
I have to win 7. I have to win 7.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, I mean, you are the number 1 seed, Darkspur. I just recently learned that. So
as you were doing the due diligence,
it's going to take a little bit more than a 1-game handicap to take me down, Mr. Kupp.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yep.
Well, hey, at least we get to play.
I don't think you're going to be saying that once we're done here, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that was your comment at the end of your last match, Spur, when we said, you know what, you're up against Kupp, and you said, okay, not too concerned. Is that still true even now, even after hearing the handicap?
I'm not concerned. I'm unbothered.
Wow.
I'm ready to scrap. And
well, scrap indeed. Tesh and I, our game plan, since I'm now going against the higher rated people in the tournament, is basically he said, but not to get into a boxing match with them because they know a lot more than I do. But if I go out swinging haymakers and play some sporadic chess, I might connect with the chin, and even the biggest people can go down, so.
I like it. Sporadic chess.
Whatever the hell that means.
High variance. Go Tesh. I see coaches in the chat as well. So your coach will be here. You have a timeout, Kupp, so you can use that one. 3 minutes. Obviously, Darkspur still applies to you. When it happens, you're allowed to take that 3-minute break. Do whatever you'd like with it. And I'll be jumping back into the call after that. Strict 3 minutes. Otherwise, it's 1st to 6, or in your case, Darkspur 7. And 3 minutes, no increment. I'll have Darkspur. Why don't you call our coin toss?
You already know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say tails.
All right. Let's see if it never fails. It doesn't. I've never seen it be heads ever. It's tails, Darkspur. Important question, actually, for Darkspur. White or black pieces?
White.
Okay.
Also, another important question for Spur. How many modelos deep are you right now? Just so I can adjust my play style.
0. You're going to need
0? Shit. All right. Well, I was
there's
hoping
no
at
amount
least
of
4 or 5.
adjustment that's going to save you. Save you today, Mr.
All right.
Cup.
All right. Well, let me get into, let me mute everything.
Yep. chess.com/play/online.
Let me see.
I will go ahead and start the first game. White pieces for Darkspur. And then you guys can rematch from there. You can let me know timeout on camera, or you can unmute and say so. That's it for me. Mute up the Zoom call. I will do the same. And the only breaks we'll be having are your timeout, Cup, if you do decide to call it. And otherwise, the end of the match at that 1st to 6. And just remember the handicap -1 on Darkspur.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
All right. Best of luck, guys.
All right, good luck, Spur.
Darkspur, ChristopherKupp. There is a handicap. Darkspur was late. Let's see if that plays a role here, or is the match going to be as crushing as he is claiming it will be? Darkspur, ChristopherKupp, losers bracket. Only one goes through, and Darkspur is the number 1 seed in the tournament. ChristopherKupp is the 3rd last seed. Let's go. Big rating mismatch, but I tell you, ChristopherKupp has been proving people wrong the entire time. And he's got good old Tesh in his corner, who's kept him very well prepared throughout this entire event. Kupp has been executing as well. Game 1. This is where you get to see whether Darkspur can deliver, that type of crushing game that you might think to yourself, oh, okay. Crushing game. That's what he said he was going to do, and he did it. Or is it going to be quite the opposite? Is Kupp going to impress and shock Darkspur right off the bat? The Jobava London from Darkspur, he's not messing around right now. Kupp is going for solidity. He doesn't want any nonsense with knight b5. I'm expecting this move, but I wouldn't be surprised by this. That is the better one, and that is played. You can be pretty happy here as ChristopherKupp. He is only 837 elo, but everything I've seen time and time again from him has been impressive. He doesn't feel too outclassed when he's up against a higher rated player. For example, here, the position is more than okay. It's completely fine. Obviously, the open file is going to be challenged here, but look at this bishop behind these pawns. I definitely do not care for this, but oh my goodness. Rook not played to d7. I'm shocked by that. Will ChristopherKupp play this move? No, he will not. And you have to feel that the coach is looking back on that one and saying, come on, man, challenge that open file. Pawns on light squares. Black would actually be doing quite well here. Now, it's not over, but this is a position that I think is more annoying than meets the eye. Good job advancing pawns here, but number 1, you're probably losing one. And number 2, you just don't have a lot of moves to make. So, yep, a bad run out there from ChristopherKupp, not taking the open file. Rook d8 would have changed everything. And you can see, completely falling apart there. all because of that one decision. You have to play rook d8. It's a massive miss. I knew as soon as I saw it. That's what happens, ChristopherKupp, when you pizza and you're supposed to French fry. You French fry when you're supposed to pizza, you're gonna have a bad time. Darkspur up a piece, unbothered, as he likes to say. I would throw some of these ones forward, but let me tell you, it's not going to help that much. Darkspur is coasting in this game. I do think if rook d8 had been played, just one single move different, everything would be different. But it's easy to say something like that. So still credit to Darkspur, but let's see how the next game goes with Chris having the white pieces. That'll be an important one. That's right. If Darkspur wins, it is effectively 0-0. He's negated the handicap. Hey, I like h2. Respect to the move h2. You know what I actually would have liked more than h2? Not that it's necessarily a better move, but rook takes f2. How sick would that be? Obviously, I'm just mentioning random moves. Not like they're going to actually be played in this game by an 800, but kind of funny to think about. Now, if he goes here, by the way, that's a draw. Oh my God. Oh my God, Kupp, you idiot. Why didn't you go back to the same square? That was a draw. That was 3 times. I mean, the biggest idiot is for sure Darkspur there. But Kupp, how do you not go back to the same square? Oh, that's so tragic. Oh, man. That is so crazy to think. And they probably won't even know, right? There's no reason that they would be thinking to themselves, oh, that should have been a draw. Nope. Oh, my goodness. Neither one of them probably knows what could have happened just there. ChristopherKupp, d4, c5. This is a Darkspur special here. Let's see how it goes. I'm not actually sure which openings Kupp is playing. I can say so far, this looks like freestyle. I don't know if they prepped this, but this does not look like a good opening here. Because Darkspur c5 is for sure something he's used pretty often in previous matches. And oh yeah, I'm not liking this from ChristopherKupp at all. This is a bad sign. This is what I call low elo chess. Unfortunately for Chris here, just bishop out, take. Bishop out, take. I do not recommend playing that way. Now, that being said, he's got a position which he can be comfortable in. He's not losing. I think he's worse, but is Darkspur going to work these bishops incredibly well? I don't know. Let's wait and see. But he's definitely off to a very good start. ChristopherKupp, Darkspur. It's 1-0 Darkspur. Knight g3. Not liking what we're seeing here from ChristopherKupp. Some nerves, especially because when the queen jumps here, the bishop can follow. We'll probably see the knight go back to f3, and geez, this could be over before it starts. All Darkspur so far. the very least, I think we're going to go to an endgame where black is just up, a ton of pawns. Something like this would be one way to just get that type of endgame. Let's see if it happens. This is another idea, but yeah, okay, does play it. Wouldn't be surprised by this. So he's surviving here. He's definitely down a lot of pawns, so for sure black is doing well. Okay, let's see. The knight is quite a tricky piece, I will say that. For example, this bishop maneuver, I don't care for at all. That move is terrible, though. Oh, no. We cannot be trading minor pieces when you're down multiple pawns. Buddy, it's a 4-on-1 here. That's not enough. 4-on-1. And the double pawns, just insult to injury. It's not even like he has, an extra pawn that he can... Oh, it's too bad. Yeah, Chris made it this far, but he didn't make it this far playing chess like this, that's for sure. We need some stronger fundamentals. If you're down a lot of pawns, you can't trade the remaining pieces. Unfortunately, that's never going to get it done. I definitely like playing this on. I think that's the right thing to do. Now, Darkspur also hasn't made too many mistakes. That's always tough. Playing a higher rated player, not too many mistakes. Here's the opportunity. Ooh, I was going to say, if he was there might have been a chance, but he's got the ladder perfectly done, and Queen F8 is coming next. That's 2. It's 1 with each color, so it's something. But I would say Chris has got to at least play a good game here. If he repeats this line, I'm excited for him. Darkspur. Okay, he actually played a different line, I think, C6. That's fine, though. I think he's okay here. One thing I know that Darkspur likes to do is he likes to put the knight in, and he likes to go for this G4, H4 stuff. What did I say? Let's see how prepared ChristopherKupp is here, because this looks like he could be falling into an opening trap. Let's see. Knight e5 plus G4 is usually a fantastic achievement. Yep. So Kupp's making the right move, but boy, is he going to be in trouble after this. Darkspur has definitely approached this match and showed up to this match in a different headspace than his last match. He looks very, very focused. Unbothered, as he likes to say. I mean, taking looked correct, but sure. Bishop there. I would probably take this. King here is an interesting move. Maybe even like this is the best. I don't know. We haven't really seen the time become a factor for like either player, really. The bishops are very good. The position is very good, but I'm not as hopeless on this position as... What was that? There is no sense at all to take that. What the heck? I can't believe that. Like, if you have it pinned, you can take it any time. I'm completely shocked by that. And there were many moves there to deal with this c-pawn, but he decided to take, and then move the king. And I love b5 from ChristopherKupp. The knight is maybe sneaking in. Oh, man, this is... What did I say? I looked at it. I looked at Kupp's elo. I looked at how far that bishop was, and I said, fucking A, that's a blunder. Next move, guaranteed. 3-digit elo, and the bishop is 4 squares away. Yep, he's not seen it. The sad, sad truth. Right in his good position as well. That was definitely one of his better positions. Although I will say, a terrible start. Not a good opening for Kupp. Probably one of his worst openings, but turned into one of his best positions. So he was quite resourceful this game. It was good to see. But this is, for the first time, and this is a credit to ChristopherKupp, for the first time, ChristopherKupp, as the rating underdog, is actually looking like the rating underdog. Does that make sense? Because he's been the rating underdog, and a serious one at that, in almost, every single match by a significant margin. But this is the first time it's really looked like it. And it is 3-0, and we have a timeout, folks. Timeout called. We have a timeout called by ChristopherKupp, which means 3 minutes starting now.
All right. Thank you, Aman.
And look at that man right there, Darkspur. Boy, he is feeling relaxed, isn't he? This is just a business meeting for him. Timeout called, probably a good timeout. He's halfway. Well, halfway. Remember, Darkspur has to get to 7. What is going wrong in these games? What needs to be fixed? Sometimes all it takes is the coach coming in and saying, look, you've had chances in all these games. You need to settle down here a little bit. Don't even need chess advice. Sometimes just a 3-minute break, a little chat, calm down. Can the comeback happen? He's, 400 points lower rated. Kupp has been a real nice underdog story this tournament. One difference, though, that I've noticed this match is he has not got good openings so far. I don't know if Darkspur is tough to prep against, if he's unpredictable, if Kupp's not remembering stuff. I don't know. I agree. Trobava London's tough. All right. That is 3 minutes. Let's bring the players back. ChristopherKupp, Darkspur, that is 3 minutes. So hit the rematch and start up that next game. Here we go. Here we go, folks. D4, C5. I'm telling you guys, there's something about this move. ChristopherKupp does not have an opening for C5. I want to say that. This is not good. Black should be taking this pretty much at any moment. Now, we see the first threat for ChristopherKupp, and sometimes a threat is all it takes. I wonder if he'll continue. Knight here, queen here would all be fantastic moves. This one is the best because it's not defended. So I like what I'm seeing here. And I wonder, look, like I said, sometimes all it takes is a threat. He is underway. He's rocking and rolling. I don't think this was a good opening at all. So I don't think this was like prep coming out of a coach call. But like I said, all you need to do is make a threat. Darkspur mishandles it, and boom, you're up 2 pawns. The guy can't castle. It's your best looking position so far. What can he do with it? Retreating, dropping the pawn, not ideal. I would have left my bishop there, let it be captured, but okay. That's all right. He's up 1 pawn. He's got the bishop pair. If he just like gets out castled safely, plus if this happens, there is this nice move. Ooh, this is not what you want. ChristopherKupp is getting greedy. I don't know if he thought he was threatening mate or if he thought he was threatening bishop e7. Whatever it is, this move is not it. Focus on the fundamentals, Kupp. Just pieces out and castle. Because now, look, he's got this bishop loose. He's losing even more time. All we needed was the basics there. Now he's bringing the bishop back. Now, this is the right decision, so good job on bishop f4 from Kupp. But again, why did the bishop move at all? Stick to the basics. Kupp knows the basics. To the center. Castle. There you go. That's all you need. Look at this. That's not the basics. That's not the basics. Why isn't this guy like just calmly getting castled? It's crazy. He won a pawn early. He's got the bishop pair. We don't need to find a winning tactic. Just castle. That's all we need. He's moving that bishop a lot. Holy smokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably going to move even more here. Remember, it also went to d6 and back. It's now visited the f4 square like 5 different times. That is not a tactic. Guys, sounds like I'm being hard on ChristopherKupp at 800 here, but I think he deserves it. This is a shocking game from ChristopherKupp. Buddy, like, stick to the literal basics of chess and move your goddamn pieces and castle your king. Refusing to castle here is just so ridiculous. I can't explain it. ChristopherKupp knows his basics. He can be out-tacticked. He can be out-calculated by a stronger player. But when it comes to basics like castling, gotta have him. Gotta have him. And now we're in a situation where the dust has settled. Darkspur is up a significant amount of material, up a significant amount of time on the clock. Even this move is playable. He goes here. Okay, hang on a sec. You know, start to get a few ideas. Bishop there. Now, I wonder, okay, he has e5, and then this is actually a bait. once again because of the basics. So congrats to Chris Kupp for a great move h3. I will say, though, he might have had a move or two after bishop f5 to potentially win that bishop. Yeah, f4. 25 seconds. It's just going to be not enough time here for Kupp, but I've always said one of his best strengths is that resilience. Darkspur, say what you want about the guy, but he's come in and he's played a great match. He's done all he's needed to do. Even here, yeah, he blundered the bishop. That's not great, but he's completely fine because he's up so much time. A nice try from Kupp. That's a check, but 3 seconds. I suspect. Oh, it's a good try. Oh, if he pre-moves that would have been a good try. Pre-move queen c8. It's a good attempt. Rook d2. I mean, my hat's off. It's a good fighting attempt. Rook d2 and c8. It's fantastic. But with 3 seconds, nothing's going to be good enough. Even the best move is not going to be good enough. Thanks for 30 more months there, Etienne. Yeah, Darkspur definitely felt the panic a little bit. Here we go. Chris Kupp is back to this. In my opinion, this went well last time. He should take. Remember, he already did this. Take and knight e4. This is all he needs. This is his most successful opening. He had his best result with it, best game. He lost the game, but it was a great game. Very solid. This is what he needs. And again, just, the basics. Don't need to overextend. Don't need to be too fancy. The basics. The basics are coming in from Darkspur as well. Right? Bishop e2. Probably see queen d2 here. And he's indicating that maybe kingside or queenside castling will happen. Guys, we are not seeing basics. Chris Kupp, wake up, man. What is this? You're hanging a piece. Why are we trying to be a hero? Get the fuck out. He's never castled. He's just never sat there and just castled. Finally, he makes the best move in the position, which is castling. No surprise. Now, it should be pointed out, Darkspur, I don't know where your head's at, starting to believe Chris Kupp there a little bit. Chris Kupp hung his bishop. Darkspur did not even look at it. So it's on both sides. But we want to see Chris Kupp just out of the opening, castled safely, no pieces hanging. And finally, that's what we have here. It is. C5 would be a decent move next. F6, try to break things up. Look at Chris. Now he's got a position. It's just a superior position. Takes. He's got easy places to put those rooks. I would have probably done it the other way around, but this is fine. At least we love to see the rook on an open line. And this is all Chris has needed the entire time. And why did I mention the other rook? Because, yeah, now he's fixing it. So shout out to Chris. Darkspur is a little all over the place here. He missed a free piece. He has the double pawns, his bishop. He's actually playing probably the only line in the match that has not been very good. This is the only variation I can safely say I think Chris has got a good position every time he's played it. If you ain't snorking, you're dorking. If you ain't snorking, you're dorking. Yeah, that's a fantastic move. Darkspur. Guy's playing a really clean match right here. Oh, no, and he took it. Ugh. Oh, man. Guys, no snork. He's literally getting punished for no snork. Tell me why Chris Kupp is going aggressive with queen g5 when h6. We just need h6. I feel so bad because Chris Kupp is losing because the basics are not there. He's not castling. He's not making escape squares. These are the simplest principles. And he's getting burned for it. Darkspur is exploiting it really, really well. Definitely a match to learn from for ChristopherKupp. If there was some way that he could just play those good lines over and over, I think he'd be happy. Oh, here we go. Yeah, he's got the knight b5 the way you're supposed to get it. There you go. Knight has to go to a6. I mean, it's nothing special. Black will play this and you'll have to go back, but this is at least the normal opening. Now, it would appear that we're on match point right now, but we remember that Darkspur has for showing up late to the match, he has a 1-game handicap, so he actually needs to win 2 more games. I like ChristopherKupp's position. Yes, I do. Darkspur doesn't need to do anything too fancy. He's clearly not been in significant danger here in the entire match. And as I say that, he's in significant danger in this position. I mean, if you're looking at Puzzle Rush, this is right where Puzzle Rush hits you. They give you this tactic all the time, don't they? Right? This, we take. So ChristopherKupp playing this move tells me that he has been doing Puzzle Rush. That's what that says. Because you don't play a confident move like that because it looks like you're losing now. But of course, you have this amazing move. King here walks into that. King here walks into that. King here is probably a decent try, but he's going to play g6, and will he take it? Will he take it? Because he could probably take and maybe go back, but that's not the easiest to spot. Yeah, he moves the king. We're going to see this. This is all ChristopherKupp. Got to take that. All right, you have 1:48 seconds. ChristopherKupp to do something with this position. Let's see. Obviously, it's a now or never moment. This is the most common type of blunder. Thinking you attack me, I attack you. Credit ChristopherKupp for finding rook d3, which is a much better version to attack the knight. Much better. I would want to bring the rook out somewhere. Okay, kick the knight. I have no problem with that. Finally, that's an escape square. ChristopherKupp, show us the conversion. This would put him on the board. Darkspur, he's had a few lapses in judgment. He's played a beautifully consistent match so far. But f6, his one slip up in this game, was punished. And look at this. ChristopherKupp on the ball. He's up the exchange. He's up time. He's taking pawns. This one is, I mean, honestly, it does look like it blunders to knight d3, so you might get a little scared of that. Otherwise, I think it's a must-see. Not the best, as we know, not the best. Okay, I like this move. It is safe. He's dropping a pawn, but could have been worse. Rook c1 would have won the game, so a bit of a disappointing miss. Ooh, again, another winning move missed. I think he'll probably take here. Okay, I don't mind this. I don't mind this. The king has an escape route. He's going to be hard-pressed to get the W here, though. Unless he finds a move like this. Even still, it's not... Yeah, you're going to have to do a lot of work here. I like every move he's played, but time is even, and there's about 30 seconds now. I think we're getting into nervous territory. I'm also really concerned about this, followed by, like, mate. Yeah, this concerns me. That really concerns me. Oh, no. Yep. What did I say? Literally, yep. That entire sequence I could see, unfortunately, about 5 or 6 moves back. That is a sad run out and a very resourceful Darkspur, you have to say, to find that sequence. And we are on match point right now. Will it be a blank 7? Remembering that Darkspur has, and I think we're going to see this move. Unfortunately, Chris is back to this variation, which did not work out last time, instead of the variation which did. He needs to be sticking to that knight c6, bishop f5 line. This variation is no good. Yeah, I will say, though, ChristopherKupp has not been snorking. I know he had f3 played in that one, but I think we all know f3 is not a real... That's when you think about snorking up, f3 is like, that doesn't really count. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want anyone to feel like, oh, I've played f3, I've snorked up. You know, that's not really the truth. And as a result there, f3 was insufficient. Had he played h3, he would have been fine. And there is a difference. Oh yeah, ChristopherKupp is not succeeding here. These lines have been very tough to navigate for Kupp. And Darkspur, you gotta love what we're seeing here. He is... Oh, geez, and look at the guy. He's just getting action from all angles here. Holy smokes. Okay, we're seeing a big distraction there. Big distraction there. Queen g3. Yeah. Don't think he had his eyes on the old board ski. Darkspur did make this match as winning as he said he would. Right? He said he wasn't nervous. He said he wasn't concerned. You know, should be an easy one. And to be fair, it was. And you don't just do that from being the higher rated player. He showed up. He played like, if I'm thinking about big mistakes from Darkspur, I haven't really seen that many. There's been mistakes, but big mistakes, game losing mistakes, not that many. He had a couple slip ups. You know, he allowed a queen in one game, but the ChristopherKupp had like 3 seconds. Is he going for this one? I have a feeling he will. Remember, this king actually cannot castle in either direction. He's looking to force the queen trade. I respect it. ChristopherKupp, it's now or never, quite literally. Now or never, buddy. Yep, I like this move. There's the knight. I would maybe even lock it in with that. I like it. Ooh, king is running. Some bishop moves. Matter of fact, this could be the end. It's a good move. That's I think the only move. Yeah, I guess that's playable. King can go back now or here. This is a funny conclusion. I can definitely see it happening. For sure. Like, this is a... Okay, not bad, not bad. That definitely would be a funny checkmate. And hey, if the king goes back here, If he sees the other side of the board, that's also a very dangerous setup. Yeah, especially if you take here. Oops. It's almost mate. It's so, you could tell Darkspur didn't exactly have that one planned out. But, you know, fortune favors the bold. The rook is in. And I think the concern here is that this one can just go all the way. Let's see if it does. Okay. How interested in this draw are the players going to be? Draw's obviously not enough for Darkspur to win. And with 18 seconds for ChristopherKupp, Darkspur is going to play on. Makes sense. $27 seconds to 11. Yeah, there's just no checkmate. The king will come out on the other side. And I think that Darkspur, true to his word, you got to give him credit, even as the rating favorite. Takes a lot to show up and play a match where you blank your opponent, no matter who they are. And despite the handicap, it is still a clean sweep for Darkspur. GG's.
Is that it? I was thinking there was one more.
The 7.
Gotcha, okay.
The 7 puts him at that 6. Darkspur. It was as you said, and as someone saying something and then backing it up. You have to be impressed, no matter who it's against. So well played there, Darkspur.
Yeah, you were just,
we can't hear you there,
just way too fast.
There you go.
I feel like I should be able to go for adoption now.
I will absolutely allow it. I will absolutely allow it. Before we do, which everybody deserves an adoption clause, especially at 7. Chris, you were very close. Probably your best game was maybe like the second last one. You had the rooks, you had the rook knight, and he found a way to actually get a mate on you. And it seemed like, if you had maybe a different escape square, could have been avoided. How did you see that game? It looked like your best chance.
Yeah, I lost track of his knight, of his rook, of my king. I was just too focused on trying to find a checkmate that I lost track of my checkmate on my end. I thought there was one somewhere in there, so I was getting random checks, but
I hear you. The openings, Darkspur, they seem fluid. It looked like you got your Joe Bava positions, but at some point you guys were actually playing the same opening. You were both playing the Joe Bava London. Were you happy with the openings? No, you wouldn't change a thing. Like they did what they were supposed to against Chris.
My white openings were good. I think. I think I really have some work to do with black. I was feeling like a little bit lost. I have some work to do in my later matchups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, d4 c5. I don't know what cup you were planning, or if you had expected that, because that is a Darkspur move. He's used that in quite a few matches. He used it regularly here. And I have to say, based on the openings I saw from you, it looked like you weren't expecting it, maybe? I don't know. Were you expecting c5?
No, not really. Not really. I didn't really spend too much time going over Darkspur's matches. Tesh and I both did. Like I said, it was he told me not to get into a boxing match with him. Try to just
Spur, can we have you mute your mic when you're not speaking? Or just because we can hear there we go.
Cool. Yeah. So I just my initial thought was to, go into playing the basic openings that I know, try to get a good middle position, and then try to catch him off guard with something, a fork, a random checkmate. But he was just way too fast on the clock. It was making me nervous and making me feel like I had to play faster, which caused me to do some really bad blunders.
you had some bad blunders. You were outrated and outmatched, let's say, on paper in most of your matchups. So at some point, it felt like maybe that would catch up, and eventually, a 1200 against an 800 is probably going to go the way that a match like this went. But I will say, from my perspective, it looked like it was the basics that were failing you. Forgetting to have a snorkel for your king, not having that space. I noticed a few times you actually had Darkspur on the back foot in the opening. And then what happened was you never castled. You didn't just say, okay, I got a great start. I'm up a pawn or two. Let me just castle and go to the middle game. You tried to almost convert it to a win right away. And then he crawled back into the game. So that was an area that, from my perspective, I thought you had great starts sometimes, but then you just needed to castle, put a snorkel in there, the basics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just got away from me. And like I said, once I would play a move and he would respond immediately, I was like, oh shit, he might know what he's doing.
Yeah, he can play now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all in all, I feel like it's been a good run. I've had some great lessons with Tesh.
Yep. He's been in your corner, literally in the match, and obviously between matches as well.
Yeah.
I think people have noticed that he's come off like a very good coach and good matchup for you, and you've been able to implement.
Most definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. I think he's been one of the best coaches in this whole tournament. Most hands-on for sure. Because we've spent a lot of times on stream, but also off stream, doing some private one-on-one sessions, which I've learned some lifelong skills. I was low 700 when I first got into this tournament, and now I'm 831. So
right,
I consider it a win.
Hell yeah. The Darkspur, as much as this match has been a massive success for you, I think you probably wouldn't call it one until you won 3 more. Is that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Gotta take her home.
That's fair. Happy to extend Cup. Anyone that's lost 6 in a row or more.
Yeah.
We have to extend the opportunity. So if you'd be so kind, and please, treat this as a real opportunity to still get a lick in. A draw
most definitely
is enough to deny this adoption. Tash is in with 10 subs, so let's.
Thanks, Tash.
There we go. Right. It's the end of Cup in the BrahChamps event, but let's finish off this potential adoption. So you guys can just jump back in and rematch. And if you want, you can even stay in the call with the mics on. Up to you.
Okay. It's up to you. I could do cat cam.
Okay, cat cam works. Yep. That'll definitely distract Mr. Spur. All right. Well, I'm following.
100%.
I'm following. We're watching. So whenever you guys are ready, let's see if Spur can get it done.
All right. Good luck, Spur. No, fuck that. Not good luck.
That was his issue. Say good luck.
Shit. What do I do? I'm on. Oh, never mind. I'm sure. All right.
Rematch?
All right, let's go. I'm just going to take that. Better
they're
mute.
Playing? Okay. I'm following Darkspur. Let's refresh. That's always. Okay. Here we go. Get to hear some unfiltered Chris Cupp thoughts. Yes, a different opening. It's true. We're going to see this one. Hey, Eddie. Just a friendly cat cam, Eddie. Okay, ChristopherKupp going aggro. Darkspur looking continually unenthused. Thank you very much, Tesh. I echo what I just said. I think ChristopherKupp had a phenomenal run in the events. I think he's improved a lot. And it seems like you guys were a great pairing. And oh my God, it's almost mate. Darkspur pretty much not reacting. That's almost checkmate right there. The crazy thing is he might actually survive because I don't see a mate. And this is actually hanging. So unless we see an amazing move right here, this could be trouble. Let's see. Actually, I respect that move, G4. I do. You know, I could see the game ending like this. You're joking me. You are joking me. He hung his whole queen and ChristopherKupp moved the king to the side. Like, what? Hello? You have got to be joking. Darkspur, of course, knows. In terms of backwards bishop moves, this is the holy grail right there. Bishops do not move backwards for ChristopherKupp. Even one square, he couldn't see it. Ay, ay, ay. That's a complete disaster. Darkspur. What a guy. What a funny game this is. What a funny game. ChristopherKupp. Where was this fight during the match, eh? Where was this chess during the match? Oh, actually, never mind. I forgot. It was there the entire time during the match. ChristopherKupp not taking free goddamn pieces with bishops. .94 means playing quite well. Well, you know what's funny, ABD, is, you know, it is approaching that. If Darkspur is not careful, there's this one. Because he doesn't really have this. You could try this. It's possible. I think this is probably the simplest. That move occurred to me like zero. Like, I got nothing to say to rook b1. That's one of one right there. Ay, ay, ay. It looks like it's going to be a dub. Darkspur should have lost everything. His queen, and he gets the dub. That's 8. he knows it. That queen hang was insane. I don't know if Chris realized it or not. I hope that Darkspur was looking at the Zoom just then. Just then. Just scratching the cat. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less. Don't read into it too much. This opening has been the best for him. He needs more of this. Much more of this. Just nothing fancy. The basics, baby. That's what we need. The basics. Darkspur going for the adoption and will be the first one in BrahChamps. A5. Fair. I respect the threat. I do. You never know when you're going to catch Spur slipping. Where does the queen go? Concerning. That was huge. And you know what? I understand opening this line, but I will say this was also very tempting. Watch out for this, but there was F6, so. And that's it. He defends. A huge dub for ChristopherKupp. And Darkspur's knocked out of BrahChamps. Whoa, the crowd goes nuts.
Hey, at least I didn't get adopted. That would have been worse.
Nobody wins 9 games in a row against ChristopherKupp. Nobody.
Hell no.
Let's go.
Man.
GG's Cup. You locked in at some point.
Thanks.
You were there. It was so many close calls. I don't know if you realized because your mic was off, but I know Darkspur realized in the previous game that he literally just hung his queen.
You did?
Yeah,
I didn't even
for
notice
free,
that.
and literally it was one diagonal square away from your bishop. One.
Are you serious? Oh
Yep.
my god.
Yep. But you know what? If you got it done in the next game, we can't say nothing to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Was your queen trapped that last game?
I think so.
I didn't see a square that it could move to, but I was like, hey, you've been finding everything tonight.
Yep. I think it was trapped. C5.
Yeah.
It's like a move you play just because it attacks the queen, and then you're like,
Yeah.
wait. Oh shit!
Yeah.
It actually does trap it because you might just play it anyway. Well, Darkspur, beautiful things come to an end, buddy.
I'm on.
Yep.
It's okay.
A guy by the name of Beat Ret has a great point in the chat. He did lose to a 400-point rule.
looking to move to prosecute here.
Yeah, that's got to stand for something, right?
Well, if this was a band match, I would happily enforce. Yep.
Yeah.
If there were some stakes on here,
Okay.
I'd be first to prosecute.
All right. Well, I just wanted to throw it out there. Hey, Stock, what's up? And also, I wouldn't have even been in this tournament if it wasn't for Stock. She's the one that talked me into joining, and I sent a message and didn't get a reply, and I was like, oh no, they probably don't want me. And she said, just keep on bugging them. So I did, and finally got in.
There you go. We got you paired up with Tesh, Big Brother program. So he's looking
we happen
out.
to be in the same time zone.
It was great to have you in the event because
thank you, buddy.
You were a great representation of the chat. That's the chat right there, 800, and you didn't look like it as well. I was saying when I was commentating this match, it was the first match where unfortunately you looked like the underdog that you have been for most of your matches, which is a credit to Darkspur. Spur, I will say, we can talk about how you're the high-rated player. Maybe it's expected result. You were feeling pretty confident, but to blank your opponent, no matter who they are, what rating they are, is still very impressive. So you definitely came a little bit stronger than last match, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I was pretty disappointed with myself after the last match, and I just had to lock in.
Yep.
I mean, just had to.
Yep, just had to happen. That's what number 1 overall seeds do.
Yep, you definitely showed your seed for sure.
There we go. Well, after showing his seed, Darkspur, phenomenal stuff. We all got to witness it. Kupp, you are eliminated from the BrahChamps event. Bittersweet. As I update our bracket here, let's see what's going to change. Darkspur and ChristopherKupp. And that will move you, Darkspur, through to the next. You're the first one into the third round of the losers bracket, and you'll be playing the winner of BamDeezy and Eviscerated. You looking to go on a big losers bracket run there, Darkspur? Just lock in game match after match?
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard.
Okay. A lot of confidence. Kupp, what do you think? You see a guy like Darkspur going all the way in the losers bracket, or based on some of the other guys you've seen, you think someone else has got it?
Nah, fuck no. He's going to get his ass beat by BamDeezy. Take that to the bank here. He's getting 6-0'd by BamDeezy. Sorry, Evis. You're going to put up a good fight, but BamDeezy, he's coming out. That's we've been kind of studying, and BamDeezy's tough.
Okay. And that would be a big bounce back for BamDeezy because we saw Bam take a 6-1 beating from Pieski. So we're waiting for the come up, the redemption arc for BamDeezy, big time.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll be rooting for him. I think BamDeezy's now my new favorite.
Okay.
Now that
all right.
I'm out, stock's out. Bam, it's all you, man. Take it home.
Well, there you go. You get the pleasure or the misfortune, Darkspur, of taking out the guy he's now rooting for. So impressive. We'll see you again, Darkspur, for the next match. Kupp, you're out. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining tonight, guys. And Spur, we'll see you in the next one, buddy. Good luck.
Hey, thank you, Aman. Thanks
so much.
Thank you, guys.
Of course. Have a good night, boys.
You too. Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right, there we go. It is a convincing victory from Darkspur, 6-0. I put the 6 there. Obviously, he did win 7-0. We did put a handicap on him, but that couldn't stop him. We could have handicapped him 5.5 points, and it would have been enough.